today we'll get the understanding of Docker. If you are an experienced person, then Docker is a must for you because almost everything is being built on Docker nowadays. So in this Docker tutorial, we'll get to know about the installation of Docker on Windows. That is, we are going to start from the scratch, run some basic commands and some basic projects on the Docker and push our project to the Docker repository. So by the end of this tutorial, we will get to know almost all the basics of the Docker. So first thing is how to install Docker on Windows. Just type this and go to the first link, and here only you will get to know that Docker desktop for Windows is provided. Just download it like I have downloaded here, and also you need to fulfill these criteria. That these criteria are 64-bit of processor is required, 4 GB of RAM is required, and one more thing, WSL2 is required. After that only Docker will run. So after the installation of Docker, WSL2 will be required to install. It comes automatically after the pop-up. So I have clicked on the run of the exe file. See, it is asking to install the Windows WSL2 and add a shortcut. I clicked on OK. So just after clicking, the download and installation is done. Click on close and restart the system. So now I have restarted. After this restart, this window will come and it will ask you to accept the terms and condition. Just accept the terms and condition and click on OK. So after clicking, WSL2 installation is required. It will say that this is incomplete. So you click on the link which is provided in this pop-up and you will get to redirect to the WSL2 download link. Download it through the first point, download the latest page. And after the downloading, run the command, and as you can see, this pop-up will come. So click on next and this installation of WSL2 will begin. And after this, restart this Docker. So after restarting, the Docker engine will start. Just copy this command which will come in the start, and it will ask you to sign in with your Docker ID. So now we are going to start from the scratch. So we will create our Docker ID. Go to the hub.docker.com and first window will be a login page. So here I am going to create my profile here like Sumit Play Java, and I have provided everything, email and password, and now next page is to welcome. So you need to, after registering, you need to log in through your username and password. I provided my username, that is Sumit Play Java, and then the password, and click on continue. So it will ask you for your plan, that what are your plans. Since I am using the free plan, I want it for personal use only. I selected the personal one. Click on the free plan and it will ask you to verify your email address. Go to the email address and click on the verify link. After verification, this window will restart and your email will be verified like I have done here. So go to the Docker, Windows Docker which you have installed. Now you have created your user ID and password. Just provide that same user ID and password which you have provided just now on the Chrome, and my user ID was Sumit Play Java, so I provided it here, and then I provide the password. Now everything is fine and Docker will run. Copy this command and go to the Windows PowerShell of your Windows. Click on the Windows and type Windows PowerShell. So this is the Windows PowerShell. By default it comes in the Windows, and run this command. So any image, if it doesn't able to fetch from your local repository, it pulls from the Docker like it has done here. And if I show you the images which I provided here, like the image hello world, I am going to pull the image from the Docker. So it is saying that latest repository is not having any local, so it has downloaded from the Docker hub. So if I will run this hello world which I have just downloaded, then hello world will be executed. And images are the projects which we have copied from the Docker. So as you can see, Docker images shows that hello world is there in our local repository. It has downloaded it from the Docker. Now I am going to run that same image hello world, Docker and hello world. So it has run and this Docker hello from the Docker is coming. So what we have seen, we have downloaded Docker, installed, created Docker ID, verified installation, pulled hello world from the Docker repository, and we have run this hello world which we have pulled from the Docker repository. So things which we have done till now is that we have installed the Docker, we have run some basic commands, and now we are going to do the exact CRUD operation. That is, in real life scenario, you need to create a project and push to the Docker, not just copying image from the Docker will work. So we are going to do the main thing in the third point. The third point is to create any project, even it's a Java project or any project you want, even .NET project or whatever it be. Here I am going to, since I am creating Spring Boot project, so I am going to create a Spring Boot project and push the image to Docker, and after pushing I will delete everything from the local repository. Directly I will pull that image from the Docker Hub and run it. So here I am in my Eclipse. I will start a Spring Starter project. So I am going to Spring Boot project I am going to create. I will provide the name as docker-demo, and the package will be com.suvin.playjava, and description will be demo project for Spring Boot for Docker. I want these dependencies, that is web actuator, DevTools and services. Click on next and finish. So our project is being built and it has been built now. So I am not going to create anything, I am just going to provide any log type of data so that we will get to know that our project is running. So here in the starting of the application, that is the main method only, I am going to print some data so that we will see in the logs. So here I am typing system.out.println, like the command to print data in the Java Docker application on Play Java channel. So here I am going to print this only. So I will run it, run as Spring Boot application. Here I am just going to create any reference project, and this is just for the assumption that we are creating any project, and how to deploy on the Docker and pull that image and run on the local system we will see. So I have just provided a demo project only. I have run this project. The project can be anything, even Django project, even .NET project, any project. For any project to run, you need to create a jar and provide in the Docker. So how to provide in the Docker? You need to create a file. File name will be just Docker file without any extension. Docker file. It doesn't have any extension. So the idea is saying that to use these kind of files, you need to download any specific tools from the marketplace. So I am just going to download and install these. Any of the thing I can download. Let's download JHipster and I will install it, and I click on install and it will be finished. Confirm and then finish. Confirmation done, and accept the terms and condition and click on finish. Even if it can be done without any download of these things, just a Docker file is required to be created. So after downloading and installing this plugin, it will ask me to restart this IDE. So I will restart my Eclipse, and it has now restarted. So if I open this project, it comes with a readable format. Now you can see this Docker image is coming on the file. It says that it can read this Docker file. So now I'll provide the basic commands. These are basic commands only, which are required to be pushed any data to the Docker file. So I am typing that from where I am going to push this image, what type of file is this. So I am typing from Java 8 it is coming, and I am saying that expose this file and application to 8080 port, and I will provide any specific kind of tag to a particular target repository. So I am saying go to my target, and this is the target folder just above the Docker file, and here you will get to find a file with .jar extension. So for creating any file with .jar extension, I need to provide the file name in my POM file, so that the jar will be created with that name only. It's just the process of creating any jar and nothing else. So just after plugin, I'll provide the file name. Here let's provide file name. File name, let's provide docker-demo only, so that it can be in sync, both name can be in sync. Docker-demo. Save it, provide the same name, because the jar will be created with this name only, because we have provided the file name here in the POM file with docker-demo. And I will go to the Docker file again, and in the Docker file I will just provide the name in the target folder coming out to be docker-demo. Just before that, I will run it, refresh it, and let me go again to the Docker file, go to the target and provide docker-demo.jar. So I'll paste that file name which I have copied, .jar will be there. and this will be tagged to docker-demo.jar. It's a kind of tag which we are using, that this file will be tagged to docker-demo.jar. And now I'm going to run this as a clean install to create the jar. You need to create a jar, whatever application you are using, either through Maven or anything. You just need to create a jar, and I have created it. And after creation, it will say build is successful. And if I refresh this project, let me refresh it, go to the target folder, see this docker-demo.jar is created. So our application is ready to be deployed on Docker. Just one thing, add target-docker.jar demo, and the entry point is the entry point where it says you are going to build a jar through Java. So I provided Java here, and it will be -jar. It's a kind of jar deployment, and the tag will be used from the add. So in the add part, we have provided docker-demo.jar. So the same tag I have provided here in the entry point. So our Docker file is, basic Docker file is complete. Through this, we can do the prod operation. That is pushing the project to the Docker and getting it from the Docker. You can understand it's a kind of Git only. It's just that in the Git we push the code, but in the Docker we push the application, the whole application. You don't need to bother about building on the local system. Just download the application and run it. So here in the Docker, I am just going to log in through the login portal of Docker, the same username and password which I have created, just to show that what repositories are there in the Docker file. So if I go to the repositories tab shown on the top, there is no repositories are there. So I am going to create a repository here. So Sumit Play Java is the main source, and the repositories will be created inside it. So for that, in the name, let's name it as Play Java and provide any description which you want, like Play Java, and just click on create. Since I am using public here, private is also there, but you need to pay for that. Change the plan accordingly. So I am using a public only. Sumit Play Java -Play Java is the main path for the repository. So now I will go to the Windows PowerShell terminal, and I will go to the same path where I was there. Before that, I will do the login just to verify that my Docker is running and I am using the same login ID and password through Windows PowerShell. Since login is successful, so it shows that we have already been in login stage to that repository only. Now I will check this Docker file path and go to the same path which is shown in my system. So this is the path. I will just go to that path and do the ls to list down the files. See, this Docker file is coming here. I'll do the ls. See, Docker file is there, and I need to provide certain commands, and it will automatically go to the file and push that image to the Docker. So just I am doing Docker build, and it will automatically find this Docker file in this ls part and push that to the Docker. So -t is the target, and docker-demo is the tag which I am going to use in Docker. So since it's giving error, let me see what the error. See, space should be there after entry point. Click on save, and now again do this, go and build this, do the same command. See, it is building, loading data from Docker library Java 8. It is saying internally it is being built. It will take certain time, like 10-15 seconds, and automatically it will push this to the Docker. See, extraction and everything is being done, and these steps are defined in your Docker file only. And after that, you can see in the top, build 57.6 seconds. I have fast forwarded it here, and it has been finished. So clear this console, go to the Docker images, and as you can see, one more image is there, docker-demo. The first image in the repository, it is coming. So this is the latest repository which we have just created. Now I am going to push that to the repository which I have created. So I'll just type tag this docker-demo, and where to tag? To this repository, Sumit Play Java -Play Java. just copy it and paste it here in the Windows terminal. So I will go to the Windows PowerShell terminal and provide the name with this Sumit Play Java, and just after the Play Java, I am not going to use this Play Java only, and let's provide some other name like Sumit Play Java hyphen Docker demo, the same name, so that the same repository will be created. So it has tagged with this name, and if I see all the images which has been tagged to this Docker hyphen demo, then I will do Docker push just to push this Docker images to the Docker repositories, and copy this tagged file and just click on enter. Just after tagging and just after writing Docker push, your image will start to prepare and it will be in a waiting stage, and after the waiting stage it will get pushed to the Docker repository. See, the MBs are being shown and data has been pushed. So after this it will show you the success. So it says that it has been pushed to the Docker repository. So if I go to the repository again and do a refresh, see, this first part is the repository which we have created just now. If I go inside this Docker hyphen demo repository, then I can see it has been updated just a minute ago. See, just a minute ago it has been updated. It's the same repository we have created, and we have pushed our image to this. So now what I am going to do, I am going to see all the Docker images which are available in my local system. So if I see all the local images in the repositories are available, I am going to delete this so that it will not be in my local system, and I will write RMI for remove the image, and just after removing this image I will just provide the tag, the same tag to delete this images, RMI this, and after that this also. So both will be removed one after another. Click on enter. See, these both have been removed. Now again, if I will see clear the console and see the images, these both are gone. Now to run the image which I have just pushed in my repository, I will just write Docker and to run the command, so that it will not be coming from the local system, but it will be coming from the repositories in the Docker. So I will just type Docker run Docker hyphen, and I need to provide the port also, to what port I should run. So I will write hyphen p, and 88 is the image which is available in the Docker, and another 88 is it should be running on our local system. So two ports are required, one port which is running the application there, and another port which will be running our application in my local system. And this is the path which we have created our image. So it is saying that it is unable to find this on local system. So it is unable to find locally, and it will now start to pull the image from the Docker. So started pulling. If it is a public repository, then it will be pulled, otherwise it won't be pulled. See, application came, it started running, Docker application on Play Java channel is running. This is not running from our local system, this is running from the Docker image which we have just pulled from the Docker repository. As you can see, this was the main project which we have created, and after the starting only this will be printed like it is printing right now. So this was about the Docker. We have seen basic things about Docker, and now we got to know that what is Docker and how things work. So we have created a Spring project, we have posted it and delete from the local system, and now after deleting, pulled it and run our local system. So this was about the basic understanding, how to get the basic understanding of Docker and install, run and post Docker and run it. So I hope you liked the video. So thank you all for watching my video about the Docker installation and running the image. Thank you all.